Welcome back, guys. We're going to be taking a look at How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World. But before I get into that, I see a lot of movies and I can't really find the time to review all of them in depth. That's why I use Stardust. And like I said, you guys can find me there under the same name, Movie Junkie, capital M, capital J. But what I wanted to do maybe with these reviews is throw in a couple recommendations, maybe even one that I think that you guys should check out. Maybe it's a movie that's showing right now that you would probably just skim past, but I got a chance to check it out and I think you should too. So that's what I'm calling it. Check this out. And the movie this week is going to be Everybody Knows. It's directed by Ashghar Farhadi and stars Penelope Cruz and her husband Javier Bardem. And it tells the story of a Spanish woman who's living in Buenos Aires. She comes home, or Buenos Aires. How do you say that? She comes home to her family for a wedding, and certain events occur, secrets come to light, and of course everything has to be dealt with. I don't want to get into more depth than that, but I will tell you guys this is not just another ordinary drama. This is a fantastic movie with a lot of suspense. There's a tension to this movie that's almost palpable. I've honestly sat through this just waiting for that other shoe to drop. Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz does a fantastic job with this movie. The location is used in such a beautiful way, and I highly recommend checking this out if you've missed it. So that's going to be it for this one. Check that out. So let's get into How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. Directed by Dean Dubois and starring the voice talents of Jay Baruchel, Cate Blanchett, America Ferrera, and a slew of others. The Hidden World tells the story of Hiccup and Toothless once again. This time Hiccup has built his dragon Utopia, and of course it's a target for dragon poachers everywhere. So he's decided he needs to find a place called the Hidden World that he believes can protect his people as well as the dragons. But while this is happening, it's revealed that Toothless is not the last Night Fury to exist, and both Hiccup and Toothless have to find ways to come together to save those that they love. The Hidden World. Now, How to Train Your Dragon is a trilogy. This is the final movie in this trilogy. I'm sad about that, but I'm also happy to say this is a strong, fantastic ending. This is a series of movies that I adore. I think everybody talks about Pixar movies rightfully, and you know the biggest franchise for them really is Toy Story. I really enjoy the Toy Story movies. I will not take anything at all away from those movies, but the How to Train Your Dragon movies have always resonated a little bit more with me because they do things that you don't expect movies animated for children would do. For instance, in the first one, when Hiccup loses his leg, I never expected that at all. I didn't see it coming, and it's such a beautiful message for kids out there that maybe living with disabilities, that they're not disabled but they're differently abled, and that they're capable of any and everything. Such a beautiful story right there. The second one, I think that caught everybody off guard because they actually killed off a main character in that with Hiccup's dad. And I hope I'm not spoiling this for anybody, but really, I think you should have seen these by now. If not, my apologies. But yeah, it's such a brave step to take, and you don't really see that in children's movies. You see where they put the characters in danger, they make you think this is the end, but it's never really the end. I honestly don't remember any animated movie, with the exception of maybe The Princess and the Frog, where, you know, that's the end for a main character in the middle of a movie. So it resonated a lot. And now we have The Hidden World, and I have to say Dean Dubois has done such a wonderful job with this series of movies. I'm not sure if he worked on the first one, but I know he worked on the second one, and the second is my favorite in this trilogy. The visuals here are so damn good. They just keep taking it up a notch every single time. They manage to age the characters just a tad, so you know that time has passed, but you can still recognize everyone and relate to everyone. The nuances in each dragon making them seem very individual, very unique. You know, toothless. You know, he looks just like this pure black dragon, of course, and yet you can see his scales. You can, when you look at him, you can see all the details in his body. I absolutely love those little nuances, you know, the movements of the face. They don't even need to say anything. The non-verbal communication is all there in the animation, and it tugs on the heartstrings. It does what it's supposed to do. And speaking of tugging on the heartstrings, that fantastic score by John Powell. Oh my God. Now, I'm not one of those people who really notices a score that much. You know, you have movies where the soundtrack plays a huge part in the movie, and you have these wonderful scores that have passed the test of time. But I'm usually so caught up in the story and the visuals. I'm one of those that the score is something that it happens, but it doesn't really connect with me that much. But this score was such a beautiful score, and he also worked on Rio, another favorite of mine. So this is just, every time it kicked in, every time you thought you had a hold on your emotions, that score would just rise and envelope you in the moment. It's so well done. And of course, the voice acting here, you know, again, we've gotten the same cast to keep coming back, so you're connecting with these characters very easily. They feel familiar. Jay Baruchel as Hiccup, he also does, so he's done a wonderful job as that character. Kate Blanchett is back as his mom, but the standouts to me has to be Kristen Wiig as, is it Tough Nut, and F. Abraham as the new villain, Grimmel. That villain, this is an outstanding villain for a movie. He was smooth, he was cunning, he was manipulative. He was a villain worthy of the name, of the title. And I really liked him. I liked his look. And he also had this, like, very, what should I say, dark sense of humor. I think as villains go, this is an outstanding cartoon villain. I don't think I've seen one like him since Scar in Lion King. I loved it. I loved every moment with him. And guys, there's nothing really to say negative about this movie. This is a beautiful ending. It tells such a wonderful story. And the finale, as sad as it makes you, it also makes you hopeful. You know, so it's beautiful. I would compare this to Lord of the Rings in terms of storytelling. I thought this was that good and that beautifully done. And I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. And the only reason it's not getting a 10 from me is I've only seen it once, and I need to see it again before I come up with my final score for myself. I won't be doing this again. But guys, this movie, if you're a fan of the How to Train Your Dragon movies, you will not be disappointed by The Hidden World. A beautiful ending to a beautiful story, and huge congratulations to all involved for giving us something that I think will be timeless. Hidden World gets a 9 out of 10. And that's it for this one, guys. I hope you guys find time to check this out. If you have seen this movie, please let me know what you thought of it. Are you a fan of the 3 films? Well, how do you think? Do you think they've wrapped it up perfectly as I do? If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on my face right over there. And of course, like I said, I'm on Stardust under the same name, Movie Junkie, capital M, capital G. Until next time, guys. Aloha.